Welcome, low ego action heroes. This is Debbie Levitt from Delta CX. We're a full service CX and UX consultancy. Check us out, even though I need to redo my website. And this is our Friday reaction stream where I react to things that you send in. But today is going to be an extra special one. I wish I had that sensitive flute music that happens when we talk about a very special episode. Hi, Charlene. This is going to be a very special episode because after we blow through four or five things that you've sent in, I want to talk to you about why medium clickbait exists to the extent that it does, because something happened to me today that I think is going to explain a lot of things to a lot of people. So let's quickly thank our paying members here on the YouTube channel. Thank you to all of the junior, mid-level, and senior level low ego action heroes who are donating between $3 and $10 a month to fund the channel. Though after today's show, you're going to want a refund for a reason you're not expecting. Hi, Steph. But yeah, if you fund the channel, I promise I do good things with it, like buy silly videos and to support video creators, and I eat chocolate chips. So as Larry Marine wrote on LinkedIn today, you shall have a chocolate chip tithe, which I thought was fantastically anachronistic. So let's jump right in and blow through these things so that we can get to the big story at the end. Because I kind of can't go past a half hour today. Something's happening at the top of the hour. So someone sent in top UX Instagram accounts to follow in 2022. I do recognize the name of the author. This is somebody I know of but don't know personally. And I want to make sure you know that number one is her Instagram account. Oh, the end. We've just undone ourselves. Now, of course, she mentions that it's the boot camp that she co-founded, but can you imagine me writing a Medium article that says top UX YouTubers you should follow, and number one is me? Oh my God, what are the odds? So as you can imagine from here, the rest of the article is pretty much meaningless. But to me, the person who I would tell you to follow is Trina. So UX for the win is somebody I like. I've asked her to be on the show, but she said she doesn't love public speaking, so that's a no for now. But you want to follow her on Medium. You want to follow her everywhere. And other than that, I don't really use Instagram for this stuff. You can follow me, but I think I post like every other month. So I would say follow all the people you know and love from the Delta CX world, like Stephanie Walter, who I think is in Pixel Trust. But seriously, I don't even know. And some of the fans of the show who are on there, Katie the Lady and Niku, and, follow each other. But yeah, an article where number one is me, I'm moving on. But we're going to talk more about Medium articles later. And notice how many followers this has, 16,000. That number's going to come up later. So there you go. Somebody sent me this, which I usually do these in a private browser, and I really had to this time because it looks like I blocked Jeremy or he blocked me. Emma Muzo, I'm so happy you're here. I hope you've been well. So I'm going to read this out loud. It says, I just saw a company using the results of a 20-person focus group as evidence that their product is effective and better than the competition in their marketing. Please don't do this. Focus groups are not effective research of any kind. They are not statistically significant quantitative research method, nor a reliable qualitative method. All they give you is the illusion of insights. They're not valid user research, nor dependable market research. It also makes me sad because I know for a fact this company has a UX team and should know better. We in UX have a term for these kinds of insights. Vanity metrics. They make us feel good but do not lead to innovation. The findings surfaced in focus groups also don't represent reality. Almost every bias in existence is rampant in focus groups. As influential designer Gianfranco Zaccai once said, in my 40 years working in design and innovation alongside some of the most brilliant minds in the business, I have never seen innovation come out of a focus group. In fact, let me put it more strongly, focus groups kill innovation. End quote. Focus groups tend to reinforce bias and preconceived notions as opposed to generating new insights. There are better ways. Hi, Glenn. Wow, this one definitely gets 5 dogs out of 5. Do I have 5 dogs up on the screen? Great. Yeah, this is a great post. Sorry if Jeremy blocked me or I blocked him, but this is a great post. I completely agree. I keep trying to explain to people that focus groups are not a UX research method. They're very often marketing or market research, but they are incredibly flawed. And I think I have a list of like 8 reasons why they're flawed, and I don't have it memorized. But let's start with, what do you think happens in a focus group when you have a personality like mine in there? Right, everyone's now laughing, right? Oh no. Oh, that's the end of that focus group. Anytime you have a dominant or strong personality in the group, you have more introverted or quiet or submissive people who don't want to say what they're thinking, especially if it's opposite of that dominant personality. They don't know that I'm going to be welcoming of other opinions. They're worried I'm going to judge them or attack them. So it's focus groups are bad for many, many reasons: groupthink and dominant personalities, crappy questions, etc. So totally agree with Jeremy here. All right, let's move on. Someone sent me 2 minutes before the show started this course, so I know nothing about it and I didn't have time to research it. I do think it's a little amazing that enrollment ends in 11 hours. Like, what happens at hour 12? You can't take this course. Now, they're saying psychology to build better products. Now, I approve of that, but I have no idea if this course is any good or not. Do I believe we should learn psychology for UX research and design? Absolutely. Do I think it should be this course? I have no idea. So if you've watched any of my stuff before, you know that I would want to look up who these people are. Now they're saying, of course, build empathy, which we know is fluffy and not really why we're doing research. So I don't know. Behavioral map, how to motivate people to act while being ethical. And I have to say that the more I read about behavioral stuff that's about habit forming and motivate people and just gamify it, I feel like we're really missing the boat on what psychology and good design are all about. So I have to say, I'm not too sure that I'm buying this. Now, of course, people love templates, so I'm sure people will pay for this no matter what. Hopefully they're saying find the gaps through observational research. Learn the 4 mental steps people go through when interacting with a product and how they think. This is going to be thinking fast and slow. I mean, is this just aggregated stuff from other sources? Or did these people make up any of this? I've seen some trainings recently that I think were just people aggregating other stuff. And I was kind of like, someone spent money on that. Yeah, I'm not too sure, because I would think that find the gaps is not about psychology principles. We should learn those, but where's the research? I don't see anything here that says you are going to do freaking awesome, in-depth, qualitative research, or do they assume that's been done? So I can't really tell what's going on here. It's a nice looking website, so that's cool, but I don't know who these people are, and they did get this guy to say something nice about them, but he's also the guy who, etc., etc. So Dan Benoni and Louis Javier Lavallee. I can't pronounce French, and I don't know them. But we've got a LinkedIn window open. Let's see if we can find them. So Dan, I mean, they look smiley enough, and that's nice. You always want friendly faces, but seriously, I have no idea who these people are. Okay, Montreal, and hi, I'm Dan. So what did he do before this? So he co-founded a company. He was a head of design. He took a product psychology masterclass. Is this a credential? Did he credential himself in his own thing? This is growth.design, but the title tag says product psychology masterclass. He credentialed himself in his own course. I feel a little awkward about that. And evidently he was the head of design, but I have to sign into LinkedIn to see his full profile. So I don't get it. I'm not seeing a huge UX background. Louis Javier. This is what I do. When anybody says, is this course any good? Like, I want to see the people who, let's see if I just put in the first name. Oh, that's more common than I expected, but he's number 4. All right. He has a master's degree in user-centered design. That's good. He has a bachelor's in mechanical engineering. That's cool. He has a second degree in he has 2 bachelors in mechanical engineering. That's definitely impressive and that's cool. But where's all of his work? Is it because I'm not signed in right now? Anyway, it's hard for me to tell what this course is. I see a lot of templates and I see a lot of stuff, but where is the research? That's what I want to know. This has to be about doing research, otherwise, or are we working from existing research? So ultimately, I'm sorry, but I can't give this any dogs. Oh, then there's 3 separate things here. Oh, I see. If you want a certificate, okay, if you want a checklist and a Figma file and a whatever, $1,500. I don't know. Linda says, oh God, could the credential at least be subtitled with not my credential, it's the class I teach? No, it looked like it was his own credential. It looked like he credentialed himself because he passed. See, it says licenses and certifications, and the credential has a number. He credentialed himself. Maggie says, I10 says, hi, just came. Maggie says, glad someone sent in that course. I was waffling on it. Maggie, I genuinely can't tell if this is any good or not. I feel like the word research is mysteriously missing. And if it's a self-paced course, then why does enrollment stop in 11 hours? If it's a self-paced course, everybody with me on this? If this is a self-paced video course, then enrollment doesn't end in 11 hours. If I come back tomorrow, is it going to say enrollment ends in 11 hours? Like, are they playing psychological games with us? So I don't know. I genuinely can't tell if this is any good or not. Learning psychological principles is great. Using that in design and research is great. But I feel like, I don't know, I get the feeling there's missing pieces here, though, their Bitmoji are really cute. Maggie says, it's the offer. That's what ends in 11 hours. Yeah, but does it? David says, if it's self-paced and there's an entry time limit, it could be a dark pattern. Yeah, it could be. So can you really not enroll after 11 hours? Or is it just that the price changes in 11 hours? We haven't released the course publicly and we're looking for your feedback. Okay, so this is like early thing. If you teach UX and there's a dark pattern, you fail at UX. I still feel like I'm not totally sure what's going on here, and I can see why Maggie is waffling. And I generally don't care about squeeze pages. Like, you can put, we could have positive quotes for everybody. I don't want to use Godwin's law here, but we could find positive quotes for Hitler. So, I just don't bother with positive quotes and all that stuff because anybody can have those. Authority says the enrollment closing soon is a UX dark pattern. Part of the reason I skipped on their course, as well as other marketing tactics that make me think I'm being brainwashed. Yeah, I feel like they're using their own thing on you. Steph says, I think there are other people doing the growth design case studies and trying to monetize things around psychology and products. Well, again, we can all read psychology books and still get there. All right, let's keep going because we have a lot to get to today. This is the MVP is dead. Long live the MAP, the minimum awesome product. And obviously, minimum awesome product didn't take off. This article was written, almost exactly 4 years ago. We've tried to say minimum valuable product. We've tried to say maximum value product. We've tried to say minimum awesome product. I've seen minimum lovable product, and engineers still don't care. So, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I've been saying reframe the MVP because the MVP doesn't make sense. And I said it in my Lean Startup article, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So who is ready for me to tell you something that you might not believe? Let's go back to just a big picture of me for a moment before I do a big reveal. So, some of you may have seen that I wrote a Medium article about the Lean Startup book and how I feel like the Lean Startup book sent a lot of people in the wrong direction. He claims you should do research, but he doesn't say how. He says go talk to users, but we know people ask bad questions. So, we know that I don't love MVPs and I don't love just ship it, you'll fix it later. These things could make sense for two people in a garage in a startup somewhere, but certainly not for the companies we all work for. So I wrote an article about we should dump the Lean Startup already. Really, I think it's just, it's from another era. Now, that article kind of went viral. There were product managers who read it. There were engineers who read it. There were entrepreneurs who read it, UX people. It kind of went viral. I didn't even know how viral, but it was being posted on LinkedIn a bunch. It was made a couple of people's like top 10 lists for controversial articles about products and startups. And I didn't really pay much attention to it. And I got a bunch of comments on it. I think I ended up with like 100 or so comments on it, but almost all of them were from white men. And almost all of them told me I clearly hadn't read the book. I think with that we can preview my new sound effect. Yep, the white men wanted to make sure I knew that I was dumb and clearly didn't read a book to which I was writing about. So anyway, here's where it gets interesting. Yeah, thank you, Maggie. So Maggie says, yikes. Yeah, it was interesting. And people wrote in stuff that were so many logical fallacies. And I would just write them back. Like one guy's like, the Lean Startup works. My friend did it and he made millions. And he went out and he learned what users wanted. And then he hired a data science team to write an algorithm. And that ended up working. And he had millions of users. And I wrote back and I said, that's a wonderful story, but that's not a minimum viable product. He technically didn't follow the Lean Startup. The minimum viable product wouldn't be hire the data science team to write the dream algorithm that matches what you learned people need. Like the minimum viable product would have been to put out something much smaller than that before you go and hire the data science team to make sure you're going in the right direction. Hi, Abby. So, I mean, I got a lot of like very weird responses that told me, one guy said, clearly you only read the names of the chapters. But anyway, my point is my article went viral. And my article was part of Medium's partner program, which meant that you could only read it if you were using one of your free Medium articles or if you were a paid Medium user, because then I was supposedly going to get some money from that. Now, I joined the partner program, and everybody knows that I care very much about financial transparency with this channel and things that I do. So I always reveal how much money we make on the YouTube ads. Last month, it was $22. And I joined the Medium partner program to see like how much money can you really make on a Medium article. And you know, I was making like $8 here and $14 there. But generally, I wasn't publishing them where you had to have the Medium article, you had to have the paid account to see the article. This one, you had to have the paid account for the most part to see the article. And that's where things get interesting. So I'm going to show you what my finances look like. And then I want to talk to you about why you can write absolute crap clickbait and make amazing money. So here is the stats for my article. It was written in December. It made some people's top 10 lists of the year, which was kind of neat. So you can see it got some nice spikes when different people shared it. And according to this, it's been viewed in whole or in part 27,000 times. So certainly it's not the most viral article ever. I didn't get millions of views, but for me, that's much, much higher than usual. I have made $1,232.57. Now, I had no idea. I was so used to seeing payments come in from Medium that said like $14. And today I got a payment from Medium that was $1,000. And I thought it was a mistake. I was like, yeah, I write articles, but what? And because this article had been picked up by people as something controversial or interesting, or remember, even if you share it because you disagree with it, you're giving these things life. Even if you hate the article, but you keep reading it, look, Medium's watching that. 456 hours and 7 minutes. The Medium knows how much time you spent on that article. I think somewhere I saw the stat that said the average person spent between 5 and 6 minutes reading the article that I think Medium thought of as a 13-minute article or something like that. This is a screenshot, so I didn't have to go into my account live. So I want to make sure that you understand that if your article is viewed 27,000 times, hypothetically, you could make over $1,000. Now start to think about the crappy, awful, terrible clickbait that we see all the time. Maggie wrote, "That's a lot of cheese and chocolate, Debbie." It is, Maggie. I couldn't believe it. I looked at it today and I said, this has to be wrong. I felt guilty. I was like, oh my God, let's find more charities. But let's talk about UX Collective for a moment, because many of you know that I don't feel a lot of respect for UX Collective because they seem to publish abso-freaking-lutely anything. I mean, we have seen so many garbage articles come through UX Collective, and we've seen great ones too. You know, they'll publish Sherry Byrne-Haber's articles, and she's a freaking genius, but they'll publish all kinds of crap. People who don't even know anything about UX and say, here's good interview questions to ask. And they're like, not good interview questions. So many things that you send me. I mean, let's go back to some of the things we talked about today. Bootcamp, I think, is possibly also the UX Collective people. Yeah. So it's a new Medium publication from UX Collective. They have 16,000 followers. Now look at UX Collective. 434,000 followers. Obviously, if you get published by UX Collective, not only do you get exposed to potentially a very large audience, but if you have turned on the monetization, which is something you have to turn on, it's not on automatically. You have to be in the partner program and approved for it and give them tax forms. Yeah, I did the whole thing. Imagine if 10% of the followers read part of your article. You could make wacky money. And I'm starting to think that the beauty of the clickbait article is that you can write a low to medium quality article. Someone like UX Collective will publish it, and you could make wacky money. Steph says, honestly, UX Planet is worse than UX Collective in terms of quality, and they get so many views. Okay, UX Planet Medium. UX Planet. Does this, it says Medium, but where do I find out how many people are following it? I'm not following them. Oh, is this an eternal scroll page? UX Planet, 307,000. So it's actually fewer, but yeah, obviously the two of these will publish absolutely anything. I mean, here's one that's gotta hurt. Here's the head of IDF. The head of IDF using the term UI UX. That's it. That's it. I just poured this drink all over myself. I'm so sorry. Good night. So can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Can you do yourselves a favor? When you see garbage, don't send it to people. Maybe don't even send it to me. Sure, does that end the reaction stream? It might end the reaction stream. But do you understand that quite possibly when I go and look at these Medium articles and I spend some time on them, now I'm signed out right now, so they don't know that I'm a paid Medium member, and I am. Does this person get money? From me looking at this right now, I'm not signed in. Maybe not. But think about it. Start thinking about it and kind of speak with your dollar. Maybe don't send around crappy articles. You go, what do you think of this? I mean, I'll put them up in my private browser, and I imagine maybe they don't make money from the private browser version. But hey, everybody, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the financial value of clickbait, because I know in the past I've said, oh, people must be chasing the likes and the follows and the fame and the feeling of people read my article and gave it claps and whatever. I think there's something else here, if you have yes, people want those. We know that those can feed people, especially the extrinsically motivated, but there is wild money to be had if your article goes viral. And I think if you say clickbaity enough garbage, like, she's saying UI UX, clickbaity garbage. And I think it's also interesting that I don't know from looking at a Medium article if it's monetized or not. Can you tell? Can you tell by looking at an article if this person has that on or has it off? We could take a look at my own Medium. The Lean Startup article is monetized, and my brand new article on design thinking, which I'll be reading on the show, I think, next week. So if you haven't seen it, you'll hear it next week, I think. Let me check when I scheduled that. Those are monetized. The rest are not. Yeah, I'm going to read it next Wednesday. So if you haven't seen my new article, you're going to hear it next Wednesday. I have a new hypothesis. Design thinking was designed to not work. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about this, because when I saw that payment come in today, I thought I was just on some other weird planet. Where did this money come from? I usually get $8 from Medium. What? And there you go. Elena says, I haven't monetized any of my articles because I thought it would require people to pay for access to it. Yeah, what happens is if you monetize an article, number one, you can go to the article settings and you can get a friend link, and it lets people bypass the paywall. If people hit the paywall, they're told that they can have 5 free articles and then they have to pay. So some people open up private browsers and they VPN to other places and they just keep getting those free articles, and that's fine. And some people do pay. So I decided I'll pay for Medium. It's $50 a year. And if that goes to some of the creators I admire, like Trina and Sherry Byrne-Haber and a couple of other people, then yeah, great. Why wouldn't I want them to have money? They write fantastic articles. But it's also a good reminder. I'm very picky about what Medium articles I read when y'all are not sending them to me. And now I'm extra happy that I'm so picky, because I don't want to read clickbait and find that I just gave somebody a pile of money. Maggie says, I think they reduced it to 3 free. That's possible. But again, tech savvy people are finding ways around that, from private browsers to VPNing into different places and stuff. Or again, I'm just paying, it's for $50 a year. I'm supporting them. Oh, we got a Don Norman emoji bouncing around. FN says, there used to be a website. You paste the link of a page. It would take a screenshot for you to read and not give views to that page. I don't remember it. Still sounds like it would hit the page in some way. So but again, I don't understand Medium stuff well enough. I don't know if I made money from people in private browsers looking at it, or people, or only people with paid accounts looking at it. I just know what I showed you. I just know that I have these monster numbers, and I wanted everybody to know about that. And I'll make sure that I put a chapter in the YouTube video after it processes tomorrow, so that if you want to send it to somebody, straight to that chapter and let them know about how Medium monetization kind of works, because I still don't completely understand it, then you'll be able to clip it straight there. So with that, I'm going to wrap up, because I wanted to try to end around now. I think my boyfriend had a call, but I don't know if he's taking it in another room or if he's coming back, but I didn't mean to kick him out. Yeah, thanks for joining for the reaction stream. Let me tell you quickly what's coming next week. I haven't been scheduling a lot of shows lately because I am speaking at a million conferences in February and early March. By the way, I am doing a 4-hour workshop at Interaction 22, and that is now on sale. So if you are signing up for Interaction 22, please make sure you take a look at my 4-hour workshop. Or really, if you hang out on this channel, you know some of the things that I'm going to say in there, but not all. Send your manager. If you're hanging out here, send your manager to my Transforming Towards Customer Centricity workshop. Please, please. So for next week, we've got Monday, I'm speaking at a conference, so there won't be a Think Out Loud. But hey, please send stuff in. And let's run a couple of graphics here. Please subscribe here on the YouTube channel. And if you enjoy these shows, please find 3 more people to tell about the channel and get them involved. And of course, any questions you have about the show, like how do I send something in for the reaction stream, or how do I send something in for Think Out Loud, deltacx.com/links. You can find that there. So no Monday show, but Tuesday will be office hours Ask Us Anything with Darren and Dr. Nick. They have both confirmed. Wednesday, I'll read my new design thinking article, which is already has like 150 claps. So I turned on the monetization. Let's see how that one does. Next Friday will be reaction stream if you send me anything. The following week, let's see. Nope, we don't have a lot scheduled for the following week. I don't have a lot scheduled for February. Sorry about that. The regular shows will still go on. The Mondays, the Tuesdays, the Fridays, but some of the Wednesday shows are not scheduled. So if you think of anything that you want me to talk about or teach, or a guest you'd like me to have, let me know, and we'll look into setting up that kind of show. We're working on a micro lesson from Larry. He's still working on it. That's not ready. And who else? Yeah, that's really it. And we had to move our 2022 prediction show into March. So the year will be 14% over, whatever, by the time we do that show. But it'll still be great to see Stephanie and Ben there. Excuse me. I had my 3rd shot on Wednesday. I am suffering a bit. Everybody get your 3rd shot on a Friday. I wish I didn't have work this week. I was not 100% there. You know, I had that brain fog. I was getting some migraines and stuff. Please be careful. And so many people are telling me they have COVID. So please, I thought I just had a cold, they say to me. Please, the new COVID is sneaky. So with that, I'm going to wrap up, but I hope everybody, Linda says, oh yeah, the booster knocks you out, feel better. Yeah, thanks. I'm just starting to feel better now. Took about 48 hours, but I'm feeling better. See if I still need, I guess what in Europe they call paracetamol, which in America is acetaminophen, also known as Tylenol. So I'll just keep taking that until I don't have to. But everybody be safe. Have a great weekend. Stay away from people. I know it's boring, but please. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Tuesday for Office Hours with Darren and Dr. Nick. Thanks. See ya. Customer centricity as business intelligence. Visit deltacx.com to learn why we are